Hello, Barbara here, and today I want to talk to you about how to stop waiting for that invitation. So here's what I mean. One of the things I see business owners doing and falling into the trap of is waiting for an invitation. So waiting to be asked to take part in something, whether that's to speak at a certain event, to speak on somebody's podcast, to take part in somebody's blog post and do a guest blog for somebody, to maybe run a workshop for somebody, whatever it might be. They sit and wait for that invitation to come and fall into their lap, if you like. Now, the problem with this is that we can start to look around at our peers who are involved in all of these things and start thinking, right, what have they got that I haven't? Who are they connected with that I'm not? What group have they got that what group are they in that I'm not in? Who do they know? Who are they friends with? How do they find out about these things? How do they put themselves out there? What is it that they do that I'm not doing? And we start to compare ourselves with other people, and then when that happens, all of a sudden we can start to doubt our own ability, and our inner critic might come out to play, and we might start thinking, right, how are they better than us? Or I'm not as good as them. Yeah, these are the messages that you might actually start thinking. But the thing is that often what happens is, instead of waiting for an invitation, other people are pitching themselves, actually putting themselves out there. And this is so important, because quite often what happens is that when you pitch to somebody, they might look at you and go, I didn't realize that this is what you wanted to do, and bite your hand off and grab you with both hands and go, absolutely, yes, I'd love to have you on my podcast. I'd love to have you speaking at my event. I didn't know. It never entered my head. And we're sat here thinking and assuming that people are just not asking you because you're not good enough. But in actual fact, they probably don't even know. So let's have some top tips on how to actually stop waiting for this invitation and start inviting yourself. So tip number one is to decide what it is that you want to do. Decide which events that you want to be part of. Decide whether it's maybe you want to do speaking, maybe you want to do podcasting, maybe you want to write blogs, whatever it might be for you. And what's relevant in your industry, think about what it is that you want to be a part of. What invitation are you actually waiting for? What would be your ideal here? Number two is to do your research, to find out who you need to speak to. Who are the contacts that you need to speak to? Are there any kind of guidelines for that particular event or that particular blog that you need to be adhering to? Is there anything that you need to know in order to be able to pitch effectively? And number three is pitch. And all pitching is asking. Just ask whether you can take part. Ask whether you could be considered. Have the conversation. And like I said earlier, if you don't ask, you don't get. Yeah, if you don't ask, the answer's already no. So put your hat in the name in the frame, if you like, or your hat in the ring, or however you want to describe it, and just ask the question. What's a good idea here is to start small. Start with the people that you know, that are in your network, that are in your community, who are all serving your ideal clients. And chances are would absolutely love you to take part, and chances are they'd be more than up for a conversation on how you can add value to their audience. So today's biggest top tip is to stop waiting for that invitation and to start putting yourself out there, and just start raising your profile a little bit and just see where it comes or where it might lead. So that's my top tip. What I'd love to hear from you today is, what is it that you'd like to be involved in? So what do you want more of in your business? What do you want to attract more of in terms of opportunities? And number two, I'd also love to hear your tips on how to get over waiting for that invitation and what's worked for you. Okay, I will see you next week. See you later. Bye.